families starting the recruiting process typically get a lot of wrong information from different sources out there, and it's important for us to shine some light on these myths. This video will go over some of the things to stay away from so that everybody can survive the process.
A lot of players feel that just by going to these college showcases that they're going to be recruited, but the problem with these college showcases is that there could be over 20 fields at each showcase with multiple venues, and the way college coaches go and recruit is they have a list of players that are interested in their school, and they will have a set schedule to go and watch these players. So if I'm a player that's on field number 1 at 8 a.m. and the coach that I want to go to that school is on field 8 at a different venue at the same time, I'm probably not going to be seen by that coach. So it's really important that you're doing the work beforehand so that you get on the list so that you're being seen by these coaches.
Well, I think a lot of people make the initial misstep of not starting the process until college coaches can directly contact them, but the process is now starting in your freshman year. It doesn't necessarily mean that you need to go 100 miles an hour or start contacting everybody on the planet, but you definitely need to lay the groundwork, start researching schools, getting on the radar screens of these colleges. A lot on the girls' side now, we're seeing girls commit as early as freshman and sophomore year, and you really need to start early. If you haven't started early, if you're getting into your junior or senior year, don't panic, but you gotta get started, now.
Well, the myth of players feeling that because they're a great player or play on a great team or a great league will guarantee them recruitment is an issue, because it allows kids to go into cruise control and fall short of the recruiting process of what they should be doing. So in essence, for us, looking at literally thousands of players out there, those who do a good job of bridging the gap by putting in some footwork on their end are the ones who end up rising to the top for us, and it makes it easier for us to identify what their defining qualities may be, and eventually they're the ones who get the most attention and the most opportunities.
If you go to a school and they say your kid's going to get a full ride all 4 years, it's very rare. I learned that in this process.
I believe this is a huge pitfall in the recruiting process, and a lot of players assume that because their coach knows 40 or 50 schools that's going to help them get recruited. In actuality, even if my coach knows 40, 50 schools, maybe none of those schools are a good fit for me. And not to mention, if my coach has 2 or 3 teams and he has to take care of 60 players, he might be really busy in order to really help me be recruited. So there's no need to limit yourself to who your coach knows.
Well, I think a lot of people make the assumption that just by showing up at the ID camp for an individual school that you're automatically going to get noticed, but it's difficult for them. I mean, even if you're in the same group, or you score a great goal, or you make the all-star team for the event, it doesn't necessarily mean that you've been noticed. Keep in mind, from their perspective, there's potentially hundreds of kids that are actually at the event. Everybody's wearing the same shirt. They're not only running engaging training sessions, but they're trying to take notes on every single one of their players while running the overall event. It's tough. So if you haven't developed a relationship with these coaches before showing up, it might be difficult for you to get noticed. And if you do develop a relationship with them prior to arrival, it's going to be a lot easier for them to keep eyeballs on you throughout the day.